by Trossard. Fall from him to Rice. Rice knocks his square through the midfield. Kai Havertz to win it on the night. Round the keeper. Side puts it in. Arsenal are at Wembley.
Oh yeah, that's the only highlight of the game last night. But I thought they were going to put a montage together. Good luck who had to put that together. Anyway, it doesn't really matter for Arsenal fans, does it? They're through to the final of the Carabao Cup. They're favourites for all four competitions that they entered at the start of the season.
Amazing.
Former Arsenal legend Perry Groves joins us. Hey, Perry.
Good afternoon, boys. How are we doing?
Good, thank you, Perry.
Yeah. Good, thank you. Now, obviously, no one wins the quadruple, right? No one does it.
Nope.
But Barney Ronay in The Guardian actually sort of spelt it out this morning in the paper, saying, look, it's something like 11 wins in the Premier League, 6 wins in domestic cups, 4 Champions League rounds, and you've kind of done it. And actually, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound quite as difficult. And it's, it could happen, Perry.
Well, I'm booked in for the drive of the open-top bus already, Max. And
Yes.
That's football is brilliant for the theorists, right?
Mm-hmm.
But football never goes along with theory, ever. Oh. The practical is a lot different. And the thing that I was pleased about last night is the League Cup, especially for the bigger teams, hasn't been a priority. For the last sort of 10 years, it's been devalued a little bit. When you saw the celebrations at the Emirates after Arsenal went through, you could tell how much it meant not only to the Arsenal fans, but to the players, the coaching staff. So that was a huge win last night. Huge.
Yeah, I think so. And they are, and they did everything they needed to do last night, right? It was on Chelsea, and I thought Rossini's tactics were quite interesting. Keep it tight for 60 and then go for it. But they never really went for it. And I guess part of that is whenever you play a football match, you're playing against another team and they're trying to stop you doing what you're trying to do. And Arsenal are very good at stopping people attack and score goals.
I must admit, I don't think in the long term, Liam Rossini has got much of a chance at Chelsea because he has no authority. But I thought his tactics last night was spot on, because if you go there and you play like a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 and Arsenal score first, basically you're done. So he knew that he had to get in 0-0 at half time, so that there was still jeopardy. And there was Arsenal fans watching it. There was still nerves because they knew that Chelsea were capable of scoring. Maybe he could have made changes at half time and gone, super positive and put Cole Palmer on and Esteval on at half time instead of after 60 minutes. But the team that you're playing against is the best defensive team in Europe. And it's not just the back four, what's lauded, obviously, Kepa and Gola. It's the whole team. The whole team defends. The whole team gets back and gets their defensive structure. And it was very cat and mouse. And I must admit, I thought Liam, what I did love, boys, as well, I loved the keeping free up from the corners against. I thought that was brilliant because, it just puts a little bit of doubt in the whoever's taking the corners, Madueke last night and Declan Rice. So I love the fact. I don't think enough coaches and managers do that and leave one or two up, just to cause a few problems. So, and they just couldn't. Chelsea just couldn't find that bit of magic or inspiration that you need to win massive semi-finals.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't mind going out if you feel like your team has given it a good enough go as a fan, and yet even for that last half hour, I watched it on the highlights, it didn't seem to just get it launched and, as Max says, and swing it in the mixer and really go for it. Perry, in your deepest, darkest night of the soul as an Arsenal fan, what's the thing that would wake you up? What can go wrong for Arsenal, do you think?
Injuries, even last night, I was looking at the team thinking, wow, like Arteta's gone really strong. So obviously Saka's out in a minute, and I know that, there's a deep squad. I said at the time, I didn't think they should have got rid of Nwaneri. I think you need as many bodies as you possibly can. And the one player for Arsenal that is irreplaceable is Declan Rice. Mm-hmm. He is the one. All the other players, as good as what they are, you can, cope with them without sort of 3 or 4 games. And the thing that epitomised Declan Rice last night was did all his work defensively, didn't do anything where you thought, wow, the wow moment was in the 96th minute, where he's like, I call him the Spring of Spaniel, where he bounces and bounces and has the same energy in the first minute, what he does in that 96, where he's the one who breaks. And even at that stage of the game, when your legs are heavy, the pass looks really easy into Havertz, but it isn't. Trust me, he's got to bend it with his left foot. And that's the worry. I think the FA Cup, I think that's where Arteta quite rightly will go like half and half teams or rest, 9 or 10. So, I think it's the FA Cup, which is going to be, I think, the hardest one to win. I know it sounds silly because you got the Premier League, which is destiny's your own hands. You got the Champions League as well, which you fancy Arsenal after over 2 legs against anybody. So I think the FA Cup could be the stumbling block.
Yeah, possibly. And also, I mean, it doesn't not matter, but it doesn't matter. The key is the league, isn't it, Perry? Of all of these things, the key is the league, right?
100%, Max, because even if we win the League Cup or the FA Cup, but you don't win, which is, the 2 big boys, the Premier League or the Champions League, it'd been seen as Arsenal failed this year. And the players know that. The players know they're driven on. I've said before, fed up becoming second. Declan Rice and Saka have come second 5 times, like second twice for England, second twice in Premier League for Arsenal, 3 times Premier League for Arsenal. So that will drive you on. And if you can win the League Cup, that's brilliant for momentum. But we saw last season, Liverpool lost the League Cup final and still went on to win the Premier League. Yeah. So this weekend is huge because
massive, isn't it?
Put a bit more pressure on. Yeah. Exactly. We're at home against Sunderland, Man City away against Liverpool on the Sunday. And just like to thank you, Max, and your Spurs fans and the Spurs players and Thomas Frank for that unbelievable comeback on Sunday. Football was the winner.
Perry, do you have your HGV license? Do you need an HGV license? What do you need for a bus license?
I think it's a different license.
It's a different license.
Obviously, because you're carrying passengers. So,
right.
Not being funny, Charlie. I can have a little word for you if you want. If you want to be my co-driver, it's not a problem.
Well, I mean, I think you'd have to be good on the old stop-start brakes, wouldn't you? Because it's obviously for the open top bus. You're stopping and starting quite a lot, aren't you, Perry? But surely you would take the league over the Champions League as well. I don't think even the Champions League would feel like enough.
No, sorry, Charlie. No, you need the gold. You need the gold on your shirt because the narrative will be you've never won the big one. Do you know what I mean? So
sure.
It's a tough one. But if you gave me a choice. It's like asking me, who I love the most out of my 2 boys. Drew. It's
we were going to sell.
We
were trying to sell our children earlier for £1 billion, like Spurs, but
can I go on loan?
No. So
you get a loan fee. Can't you foster them out? No.
Yeah, with a view to buy.
See how they behave, and you might have to recall them.
Like Harvey Elliott. Maybe that's what's happened to Harvey Elliott. So we're giving you a choice. We're giving you a choice. Yeah. I'm offering you the league or the Champions League. I'm offering you that.
Champions League. League.
Definitely. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You need the gold because it stops the narrative of you haven't won everything. You haven't won the big boy. You haven't.
Yeah.
That's what always leveled at Arsenal fans is you haven't got that gold on your shirt.
Well,
so
let's open that up to the texts, Max, shall we? League, Champions League. That's what we're doing. We're doing
other
that.
Shows can do. Other shows can do that.
Other shows.
We're doing this.
Okay.
Thank you, Perry. Good stuff.
Thank you, Perry.
Cheers, boys. Take it easy.
Thanks, Pez.
Perry Groves there. Mark and Walthamstow. This is what we're doing. Talking of Star Wars themed costumes.
Oh yeah, Chewbacca. Yeah.
When I was 5 in 1978, I asked my dad that I wanted an R2-D2 action figure. He went one better and made his own actual version.
Oh, lovely!
Which involved attaching mine and one of my brother's roller skates to the bottom of an aluminium dustbin with lid, and dangling a set of Christmas lights and a light bulb to the front. What a great dad!
I'm getting a bit of. We've got lollies at home. I'm getting a bit of we'll freeze our own lollies.
He convinced me to get in so he could push me up and down the road. We managed about 10 yards.
That's good.
Before a roller skate malfunction caused R2 to topple over with R2-D3. Me in it. He never got round to making C-3PO. That's good stuff.
John at Deb's Ironing Shop in Wakefield has had a great idea, actually. If people want to call in and do Chewbacca impressions, we'll take those, will we, Max? I think we'll take
Will we?
I think we'll take those. I think we will. See if anyone does it.
I'm interested. I'm interested, but it like when last week when we did, sing the Champions League thing.
Yeah, that
had that was related to sport, right?
Superb.
So for the people that complained, we'd at least in court have a kind of defence. What is our defence for when
Chewbacca
they said
saying it's all up for grabs now? Or something like that. Or Chewbacca doing a famous bit of football commentary.
Okay.
They think it's
We
all
have got
over.
space for a 2-word. You want Chewbacca doing famous? That is good. Okay. I'm suddenly in. When is that? 3 o'clock. 3
Sure.
o'clock.
Only if we get any.
It's not a 2-word phone in. It is, it's a phone in and it's just one sentence. Famous bits of commentary.
As
You're
Chewbacca.
right. It's, yeah. People on the pitch. It's really hard.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you speak as Chewbacca. I think he famously didn't speak is the thing. Is the bit of trouble.
Okay. It's really hard. We haven't thought it through.
But we'll leave it with you.
Yeah, there we are. That's what production meetings are like on this show. John Norman will join us in just a second. We'll look back at England's 3-0 series win over Sri Lanka ahead of the T20 World Cup.